In 6 months, we're doing a week-long overlanding trip in the Pacific Northwest.
We don't need all of these.
This is our first practice trip.
That might be it.
And we're having a hard time just fitting stuff.
So, See, we have a unique situation in that it's 4 people. Like 3 large humans and a small person.
Yeah. So get that put together.
You need a lot more stuff than you would think you would need. I mean, we got the important stuff in here. Water, whiskey. We're talking about essentials here. I think this is gonna work.
So you have to understand, we spent 3 years traveling the country in an RV. So the whole tent camping thing is very new to us. I don't remember the last time we went tent camping.
The last big camping that we did, I think Max was like 3. I was pregnant with Parker, and we went way overboard.
Oh yeah, that's when we had the huge...
We had like an 8-person tent. We bought like everything that they had at Bass Pro Shop. We're trying to take a different approach.
Yes.
This time.
Very minimal.
What's the least we can get away with?
Exactly. If you have any tips, let us know. You know, we know that they have those decked drawer systems, and I thought about that, but we have stuff that we want to stack on top of it.
Right. We
want to keep the tonneau cover closed, so we have 18 inches that we're dealing with here. But digging through there to try to find this stuff
right, because you made everything fit.
Yes.
We had everything that we needed.
But there was no system at all.
There was no system.
Finding stuff in the dark, that was a huge issue. So I think that's one thing we're automatically going to remedy is to get one of those lights that Garrett had.
Mm-hmm. We had lights.
Yes. The little tiny Goal Zero solar lights.
They're little, you know, you have to hold it or somebody has to hold it for you, which is not ideal.
It's great for your tent.
Yeah, you know, you can hang it up in your tent and...
But you need something that's on a pole. So we got one of those. We're going to order one of those. That will be for our next trip. The cooking was okay. Our little 1-burner stove thing lit every time.
Yeah.
It felt solid. It was very inexpensive off Amazon. I'll put the link below. I think it was like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. Yeah, so just an aluminum pan and there you go. I don't know how these people make it look so glamorous on YouTube, but when you're at night and it's outside cooking and you're tent camping and it's like
cold and windy,
20-something degrees, that's not really glamorous, but it was still fun. It was quite the event, but there's a whole lot more to the story. The tents serve their purpose, I think.
Yeah.
30 bucks off Amazon. Barely big enough to fit 2 people. It was hard to get in and out. But the sleeping bags, we bought these off Amazon. We sorted by the cheapest, most highly rated. And not because we're cheap, just because we want to see what is a high rated bag. Is it worth it? Can you get away with something on Amazon for 30 bucks that's rated to 20 degrees? You cannot. But the first night, we slept in the truck. It was 18 degrees, and that's Texas 18 degrees, so there's a lot of humidity.
Right.
That's very different than the Colorado 18 degrees.
It's the kind of cold that just goes straight through to your bone.
Yeah, and these sleeping bags did not work at all.
No.
Max slept outside. He was the only one, because we used to have good sleeping bags.
He had a tent left over from our
sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag left over from our extravagant. Buy all the things.
Yeah, it was a good Marmot. I think 0 degree rated mommy sleeping bag. So he was warmish. So that's the next thing that we have to get is sleeping bags. The thing is about the sleeping bags is there's 4 of us. If it was just us, then we could just justify spending, a couple $100 on the sleeping bags. But maybe we're naive. There's got to be some middle ground on cost and something that'll keep you warm. So we have an idea on the next sleeping bags we're going to get. Hopefully that will do the job, and hopefully we won't sleep in the truck again. This was just a weekend trip, so we didn't really have to address the power situation, but that is something that we will have to address. And you might be asking yourself, what's with all the changes? We love rock crawling. That's not going to stop. We're looking for stuff to add in the interim. So we're going to get into a little bit of overlanding. And this is actually a practice trip because we are going to be doing the Washington Backcountry and Discovery Route, a 600-mile overlanding trip. It will take 7 to 9 days in the Pacific Northwest this September. I'm doing it with a few buddies, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But we have a lot to learn.
We do. And we have a lot to figure out, a lot of detail stuff, a lot of big stuff.
But it should be fun. So these are our practice runs. We're going to be doing a lot more of these as we head up into September.
And figuring out what do we need to tweak, what needs to be changed out.
Right.
And again, trying to stick with what's the minimum that we can get away with. you know,
Right.
space-wise, cost-wise.
Yep. We still need to figure out a refrigerator. You know, finding one of those that's under the 18-inch threshold, it's very important that it fits under 18 inches because the tonneau cover is going to be closed.
Right.
And that's all the clearance that we have. So that's going to be interesting to figure out. Power situation will still be interesting to figure out. So if you have any tips or suggestions on any of these products, we've done some research. We've done a fair amount of research. We're interested to hear your thoughts just to see if it jives along with what we've been finding.
Right. And, you know, if you have experience with this, because we clearly don't, you know, any tips, tricks, advice,
Yep.
we are all ears.
Yes, let us know. So that's it for us. We'll see you next week.